Yo, what is up guys? It's the Nightwing at Way of Life Esports coming at you guys with another League of Legends video here today. So the 2020 offseason continues to heat up as we have some of the biggest news in the 2020 offseason so far tweeted by Jacob Wolf. Jacob Wolf tweets, sources: Cloud9 have made verbal commitments to both G2 Esports and G2 Perkz to acquire the mid laner from the #LEC championship team. A deal cannot be finalized in writing until November 16th at 7 p.m. ET, but both teams were able to come to terms on Thursday. Then Jacob Wolf has a follow-up tweet. So, kind of goes without saying, but Cloud9 will now make Nisqy fully available for buyout, and G2 Esports will be on the hunt for a new AD carry. Biggest deal of the 2020 offseason so far. So there's so much to break down with this. So that means that Carlos chose Caps over Perkz. Perkz had been with G2 Esports ever since they came into the EU LCS/LEC, all the way back when EU had a challenger scene for the LEC. That is actually crazy. Now that you have that taken care of, so Carlos has chosen Caps, but that also shouldn't be a bad thing on Carlos, because we also know that Perkz wants to play mid lane. He swapped and went to ADC because he let Caps come because it would be a stronger team, all the way back when he chose to switch from mid lane to AD carry. Now, with Perkz joining Cloud9, that actually makes Cloud9 in contention for a first or second place top 2 finish coming up in the 2020 LCS season, as when you're doing power rankings for the 2021 LCS season, at least for the first portion, to have teams, you know, obviously fight to eventually end up at MSI, the one team that will eventually go and represent North America at the 2021 MSI, if it happens. Cloud9 and Team Liquid should be at the very top, and TSM should also be up there as well. So the top 3 organizations, Team Liquid, TSM, and Cloud9, should be at the very top of about fighting who's going to go to the 2021 MSI. But with Perkz joining Cloud9, I personally think this is the upgrade that Cloud9 have needed for quite some time. You know, Cloud9 came into the LCS with a very strong mid lane leader, Hai, and Jensen was a great mid laner after Hai. Nisqy was a really serviceable, good mid laner after Jensen, but I think that Perkz will bring that high level of leadership, and he's going to bring the mechanics of Jensen as well. I think he's going to be the best of both worlds out of a combination of all 3 of the past Cloud9 mid laners, and I think that Perkz is the mid laner that Cloud9 has needed for quite some time. And I personally think that with Perkz, they're going to be winning a lot more championships. Now, Jacob Wolf didn't disclose the buyout that Perkz actually had. He tweeted about that previously. It was just shy of like 5 million. I would imagine Carlos, or you know, people running the League of Legends side for G2 Esports probably tone that number down to probably meet the requirement for to have Perkz obviously go to Cloud9. So this is actually an insane move by Cloud9, and Cloud9 are always said to lose the offseason. Every single time there is an offseason, they're always losing the offseason, but now people will finally understand they've won the offseason. Or you could probably say TSM or Team Liquid won the offseason, because Team Liquid and TSM also made really good moves as well. As a Cloud9 fan, this makes me really happy. As a G2 fan, I know G2 will also find a really good AD carry. I personally think that you should just have Upset join G2 if Upset is the top priority for G2, which he should be, because I think he's the best ADC in the LEC outside of literally, you know, Reckless and Han Sama. I think that Upset will be the perfect fit in the AD carry position for G2. Now, if you go to that second tweet that Jacob Wolf also put out about Nisqy, that means that Nisqy is now without a team, which pretty much means that where will Nisqy go? So there was rumors that he would go to Fnatic. I don't really know about that, but there's a possibility that that could happen. I mean, anything's a possibility. There's nothing obviously in writing yet until next week. But if Nisqy goes to Fnatic, would that be a good or bad thing? I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. He's not on the same level as Nemesis. I think Niski is a bit better than Nemesis, but it wouldn't be like a direct upgrade. It would probably just be more like a side grade than anything. I personally think that Fnatic should just try and find someone completely different like they've been doing, grabbing really underrated mid laners and polishing them into really great mid laners that they can use for future championships. Niski, I think he'll fit better here in North America. I think that Niski's a great player, but the problem with Niski is if you put him next to the EU counterparts, he does look kind of weaker. So personally, I think Niski should go to either a 100 Thieves or Evil Geniuses, because obviously we know that Evil Geniuses and 100 Thieves want to strengthen up their mid lane position for the up-and-coming LCS 2021 season. So yeah, two big bombs so far. Cloud9 now have Perkz on their roster. That is insane. But you know what? Jacob Wolf was like, you know what? 3 times the charm. Let me give you 3 Wolf Bombs. So this actually does involve Fnatic fans. And this will actually detail this right now for you guys. So, sources at Fnatic will sign at YamatoCannon as their new head coach, marking his return to coaching in Europe ahead of the 2021 season. In 2020, YamatoCannon became the first Western coach of a League of Legends team in South Korea when he joined Sandbox Gaming. So, before I discuss YamatoCannon becoming the new head coach for Fnatic in the 2021 season, I'm going to discuss Jacob Wolf's second tweet, because we know right now, currently, Mithy is Fnatic's head coach. So let's talk about that. Jacob Wolf tweets, so what happens with @MithyGG? His future is undecided according to sources, but one scenario is swirling around a lot behind the scenes. If @G2 Esports and @Cloud9 can reach a buyout agreement for @G2 Perkz, Mithy could end up an assistant coach for C9, reuniting with Perkz. So this is actually a really interesting turn of events, because let's talk about the YamatoCannon one. So as you guys know, the last time we saw YamatoCannon coach was on Sandbox Gaming, and before that he coached Team Vitality, and with Yamato, they reached the highest highs they could ever reach, because more or less, so let's be honest here, Team Vitality is a bottom feeder, pretty much. They're just what Carlos calls a leech, like they're just trash. And then later on, the following year later, they became back to their trash ways. But having Yamato, I think, going to the LCK, and him going to the LCK really showed him a lot of great avenues to be a better coach. And now with Fnatic getting YamatoCannon as their new head coach, this just seems like classic Fnatic. Fnatic always change something after they fail at either a world championship, just kind of like T1 or SKT. They always change something. They're never all trying to keep the same thing. Fnatic are always trying to switch something up, which I respect. Something didn't work right, no need to run it back. You don't want to waste time like that. Get somebody new. But the issue right here is, did Mithy kind of warrant to be taken out? I mean, let's be honest here. In Mithy's first year of being a head coach, he got second place back-to-back in the LEC 2020 season. Like, that's not a bad thing. Like, that really isn't a bad thing at all. I think he actually overperformed as a coach, if we're being completely honest here. Now, at the 2020 World Championship, Fnatic also performed pretty okay. They almost beat Top Esports. That's something. I don't really think that taking out Mithy is the correct decision, but if they think that YamatoCannon will do a better job at being a head coach, then that's their decision. But Mithy could possibly end up as C9's assistant coach. That's just crazy, man. Oh my god. And what is this random moron saying? Is 100 Thieves even in the running for Perkz at this point? Have heard differentiating opinions if they're still in contention, or is this a one-man race with Cloud9? Is this fucking dummy like completely out of the loop? Did he not read Jacob Wolf tweets? Because he clearly does if he's on here. The only teams that ever were in the running for Cloud9, you fucking moron, is Cloud9, Misfits, Team Vitality, TSM, and Evil Geniuses. Those are the only teams interested, or that he wanted to go to. So, I don't know what crack you're smoking, but now... Oh no! Ah! Oh no! That looks horrible! Oh my god. So, literally, Cloud9 is going to be a really strong team. Cloud9 is going to be an insanely strong team. Now they have Perkz, and now Fnatic have YamatoCannon as their head coach. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe, most of all, enjoy. I am the Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out, guys. You guys have a good day. It's the Nightwing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video that you guys just watched. And if you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like and a comment down below. And if you never want to miss out on a single upload, make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you get notified whenever I post a video. Thank you guys for the continued support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.